如果你用中文可以帮他翻译。Okay, so yeah, use English, but if you have my Chinese is terrible. One of these people will try to translate. Any questions?
有没有刚刚对就是第二人讲到的东西有问题？哎，好，你好。我想请问一下，就是我看你们的游戏是需要16个人玩的，那因为要16个人同时玩你们游戏，那你们线上人数应该是要蛮多的。你们是怎么样保持就是一直线上一直有人，或者是就是这个状况
？So, what we do is we use Photon right now. Photon are online multiplayer game servers, and Photon, they're built for scalability. So whether you have 10 people, whether I have one or two people playing, or
sorry, Dylan, I think he was asking sort of about community engagement problem. It's not a technical problem.
Oh, community engagement problems.
So it's like how do you keep, or like how did you kickstart this community at first? Like how do you get the first 100 people, first 200 people in?
Okay, so this was a big challenge. This is a really good question.
Yeah.
So, you have to market where you can and try to pull people in through one central hub. In our case, we use Discord. Later on, we'll throw them to different places like Facebook and forum and Reddit and all that stuff. But early, you want to concentrate on one hub because you don't want people watering out to different hubs. So if you don't use Discord, you can use anything else. You can use your own, like a forum or something. Anything, as long as it's one place where people can live chat. And so, or at least post really easily. So we put links everywhere, doing everything. So when we have YouTube, we have YouTube videos playing. I'll do like devlogs or something where I'll say, hey, this is, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to show what I've been doing, what I've been developing, sort of like a video blog. And underneath I'll put the link, join our Discord. And I'll post in a forum and I'll say, join our Discord. I'll put my signature, join our Discord. So everything is all about rallying people to this one place. And so we have at the beginning, we had the one-page website that just had the email form, email signups. So when we sent out the email, we would also say at the bottom and top of every email, join our Discord. So we're sort of bugging people, but it works. And we really want to push them to this one central place. And so when we had our alpha, we only had an average of 0 people online. So it was pretty embarrassing. And since we need 16 people to play, or that 16 people is the most fun. 8 you can play, but it's not. It's like if you played an MMO by yourself. It's not very fun. But even then, what I did was when people were in Discord, I made a bot that would detect when people would play, and whenever someone would make a game, it would announce to everyone, the bot would say, hey everyone, this person just made a game, everyone should join. And if you use Steam, you can have a link, those links that you can click on and it goes to an application instead of a website? We use one of those. You say, hey everyone, click here to join him if you have the game. So when you click it, it would launch the game. So they wouldn't even have to look for the game, they just need to click the link and it'll launch the game for them. And that really helped too. And then at the end, it would say, the bot would give a summary and tell everyone else to join the second game. And so the bot would sort of help people get together, and it would sort of ping them if they're here too. And we have a rank you can join. If you join this rank, you'll be pinged whenever someone gets online. So yeah, it was very, very difficult, but you gotta try everything to get people rallied. It's a lot of work at the beginning.
But do you think like doing the Kickstarter campaign sort of help you get this like initial mass of people?
No, Kickstarter didn't help as much as we thought. It really did not help as much as we thought. So we were a bit disappointed for the results when it comes to being, covered by media or getting extra people to join. I don't think it did that much, to be honest. I mean, you may want to invest time and resources into just doing other things for marketing and getting the community together. Whatever you can do. But what our secret was just getting in people little by little. So when I said earlier, market early, I mean literally 2 years later, that's when we finally started to have a bunch of people. Just a little bit at a time. One person would join per day. And then maybe 3 people will join per day. And it's very slow. But you still, even when you have just a few people, you need to talk to them. Because as indie developers, this is something that we can do that AAA developers cannot do. We can talk to the community, and they think that is awesome. That's what gets them to stay. That you can participate directly with the community. That if you have an alpha or beta, maybe you can play with them sometimes. They'll tell other people, they'll say, wow, this community is so cool, you should join it. Even the developers will talk to you. So that helps a lot.
就是所以，一开始的先行销就很重要。例如说，你现在的游戏可能1年后，但是其实你现在就要开始准备，因为等到那个时候，如果你的游戏本质是要多人的，然后你就必须要先准备，然后。Kickstarter 的人我发现就是会给我们100块、150甚至500块美金的那些人，其实他们根本不玩游戏，所以之后我们有一大堆名单，但是我一直寄 email 给他们，可是他们就是完全不玩游戏的人，所以 Kickstarter 的族群跟游戏跟有玩家的族群是不一样。然后你去跟玩家讲说，拜托来赞助我们一下，可是他们不一定会来，就是因为他们就是要花小钱玩游戏的人嘛，所以他们其实基本上不会帮助你募资。所以我们就发现说，募资并没有真的帮助我们在用户，就是真的游戏玩家上面。那真的帮助我们可能是封测 Alpha and Beta。我们在 Alpha 的时候真的很 struggle， 他真的每天晚上说天啊，明天如果只有7个人怎么办？然后可能因为我们的粉丝就是散布在世界各地，然后就是终于有7个人了，然后没有，就是终于第8个人加入了，然后结果这个人去睡觉了，然后所以又只好再继续等，然后之后我就说请我们的那个设计师，就是我们的 2D artist， 我想说拜托你玩一下好不好？凑个人数也好，所以。Alpha 就是真的很重要，然后那个时间会慢慢帮助你，就是持续成长。那就是不要等到说最后一刻才发现说，我是多人的，我需要人来支持我，这样。
How long was Alpha ago? Like 1 year ago or like 2 years ago?
Alpha was March of last year. Yeah. So it was.
And did you open your Discord at the time already?
Discord was already open, yeah.
Okay.
Kickstarter, during our Kickstarter, we used Discord as the main thing to rally people because we have instant access to them.
那你在去年 March 的时候，你们的人在 Discord 上人是多少？然后在 Steam 上面玩的人又是多少？
Oh, during Alpha, we still had a decent amount of people during Alpha, but not that many. It was. I think we had about 2,000 people during Alpha, but just on Discord. But it doesn't mean they're online. It just means that they're there.
Their browser is open.
Yeah, it's open somewhere, and they may be in a different server because you can have different servers. It's like you're in Steam. It doesn't mean you're playing one specific game, or maybe you're not even there. So.
那后来你们决定就是 real release 的时候，你们的 player base 大概是
Are you asking how?
因为人
数嘛，
How do we prepare for release?
No, I mean, how much player do you have when you really release the game?
Oh, after we released the game.
Yeah, and-
Well, our beta started, when we released the beta, it started getting more popular, and then the streamers started to come in more. So that really helped us prepare for our release more, because there were actually players. So there was always at least one full game going. You know, 1 or 2 games going always. So that helped. So then when we launched, you know, we really rallied everyone way ahead of time. We kept counting down. So we'll say, oh, 30 days, 29 days, 28 days. Everyone's probably bugged at us by then, but it really sort of got put in their mind so that everyone joined that one day. And when we launched, we got everyone to stream the game at the same time on Twitch. And so suddenly it got really popular on Twitch. And we also got lucky and had a famous Twitch streamer named Lyric play our game. And so we didn't even know he played it, but suddenly there's a huge burst of people. And it was because this Twitch guy was streaming. So that really helped our initial population. Be sure to talk to Twitch streamers and hand them free keys. And they will play your game. I mean, you handed them free keys and you give them extra keys to give away. Because if you just give them one, you know, it's sort of cool, you got a free game, but, you know, I'm sure they get free games all the time. Give them like 4 keys, and then they'll have 3 keys, you know, maybe 1 give to a friend, maybe 2 to give away. And so Twitch streamers want engagement, so you give them something to engage with your audience, and they'll more likely play your game. I think Twitch helped us a lot. Is there anything you want to say?
我们一开始的时候 ，US 的 player 比较多，然后就常常会有 EU 的人，传私讯给我说，我这里没有8个人，你有没有更多人？然后，但是我现在问题是，就是台湾这边没有办法玩，像我有一些香港玩家，他们就会说，为什么这一区的人都没有，就是这个时间 time zone 的地方都没有人，所以我那个时候我就 target EU， 就是 Facebook ads， 我就可以设定 EU 的player backs， 然后或是Google ads。就是只好用这个方式去跟他们广告，然后或者是说，我就可能问他说，那在你那个国家里面，你们最常看的实况主是谁？我就会去想办法去开发那个地方，因为毕竟他是当那边的人，所以他可能会很懂。像如果不是台湾的玩家的话，他们可能不知道我们最常用的平台是什么，所以我就是只好用这样的方式一步一步去慢慢做，就是。可能不要太紧张，也不要太觉得说我们好像没有办法 reach 到他们，可是其实他们真的想玩的话，他们会找你。对。
How did you do your playtest?
For playtesting, we use Steam, but we didn't do early access. We use Steam only as the platform so that we can generate keys and give it to people, and people trust Steam as a platform, and so we just use Steam. But we would organize in Discord.
I mean, like
Technically? Like technical stuff?
Not technically. How do you observe the player action, or what do you do, and what feature is fun? What features not? How do you determine these features?
Well, a lot of fun has to do with balance. If you have a game that requires balance, you know, like if you think League of Legends or our game, balance is very important. So you can add stats. And so remember earlier I said game sparks. Well, that's server side. So every time they play a game, at the end I send stats to our server. Or you can use, a good website is Game Analytics. Game Analytics is free, and it's especially good for mobile sites. They have a lot of extra stuff for mobile if you do something like that. But any platform. And from there you can aggregate stats. It'll show like, you can calculate win-loss ratios with a certain class. You can calculate, does the average person have like 50% wins or losses? So you just store, you just have a bunch of stats, and you send it to your server. And again, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Use a platform that already does this for you. In our case, GameSparks or Game Analytics. We use both just in case there's discrepancy, so you can compare.
我讲的可能比较不专业，但是跟玩家最直接接触的，其实线上的酸民跟玩家是非常直接的，所以如果真的你的游戏有不顺或是不够好或不好玩的地方，你马上就会知道了，因为他们就会立刻来跟你抱怨。They will immediately complain.
Yes.
This is not fun. Please fix this.
Yeah,
所以
you'll know.
That means you didn't do playtest until you release the game.
哦有。
It's like internal playtest.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we did internal playtest too. What we did is we played with our moderators. So
Okay.
we have community moderators, and maybe at the time we had maybe I have like 4 or 5, and then we would also play with our Kickstarter backers too, to fill in some blanks. And so whoever was there, we would invite, because we didn't have that many people at the time. And so we would just rally, and scheduling was good too. So people from all different time zones wanted to play, but it's really hard to get 8 to 16 people for our game. It was really difficult. So we would schedule persistent times. We'd say, and we had to have 2 separate ones. There was no one perfect time. So you have to one that focuses on Europe, and the other time that focuses on US. And so we just did a survey to see what time was the best for each one. And so in our case, we used I think it was 9 p.m. Eastern, and I forgot the European one. I'll have to get back to you. You can ask me later. But it was split up in 2 different time zones and make it persistent, and they'll plan for it.
So, did you did anything like physical, face-to-face playtesting?
We did 0 face-to-face playtesting
Okay.
because
Is it possible?
no, it's not that it's impossible. It's just it's a lot of work, and it takes a lot of we only have 2 programmers, so to us it's a lot of effort. And we may have to, if we wanted like a physical place to test, we'd have to pay. And we didn't have any money to rent a place or anything like that. And it would be sort of awkward if we just invite them to our home. So.
还有其他问题吗？
网络上就是 stream 的问题。
哦。
对，就是想问说，如何定下可以的 Kickstarter 目标，就包含说各种方案的金额跟最后募资的那个总额是怎么去抓的？
Okay, so to decide how much you want for Kickstarter, if we're talking about what we did when we went for 20,000, we thought that we want to calculate developer expenses. We want to calculate enough for you to survive until launch, and that's the biggest thing, because after your Kickstarter, you do have to distribute to the team members too. You need some for yourself to survive, so that you can go full time, and then you also need some for assets and further development. Not everything will be free. Like game servers, like Photon, for example, when we use that. Once we started playtesting, once you go over like a limit of maybe 5 people, they'll start charging you. And so you need to think when you want to launch, and you calculate how long you'll survive until you launch, and then maybe plus an extra few months for buffer, because you never know what extras you'll need. There's always hidden stuff that you forgot about. So you want more than what you expect. For example, we thought it would take maybe about 15,000, which would be perfect, ideal. Ideally, we'd have 15,000. So we went for the goal of 20,000. So we have the extra 5,000 buffer, so that just in case if something happens, then we're covered. We don't have to worry. We never want to worry about it.
But how do you design different tiers of rewards?
okay, for different tiers and rewards, this is the hardest part of a Kickstarter. This takes a lot of work and effort. So in our case, we had a shared Google Doc, and we brought all of our team members in there, and we're trying to, at first you just come up with ideas. So before you organize anything, just simply put a whole bunch of ideas for like what rewards we can give, and and maybe some different money tiers. So like, do we want to award people for $5? In our case, we didn't give anything for $5. We started, $5 was just donation only. So we put the minimum as $10, but you get two keys instead. So it's like buy one get one free. And yeah, you just have to dump all your ideas in a shared document, and then of those, move the good ideas to a different section, and then from there you can decide what tier. And then also you have to think psychologically too. So you think, if someone's looking at like a $10 tier, if they look one down, are they encouraged to jump? Are you encouraged to jump if you were a player looking at this? So like, if I saw $10 to $20, in my head I think, that's double the price. I don't know. But if you see $19, you're like, it's just a little bit more. It's a psychology thing. People are more likely to go to 19 than 20, when you're jumping from, $10. And so we had to think that way too. We had to make sure that each tier, they get a better deal than if they went one less.
，OK 吗？还是等他回复？
没有快。
Okay. Hopefully that's okay. Yeah, we don't know if he's still on chat because. 现场还有其他的问题吗？还是大家还在想？我这边 I'll ask a few questions. It's probably like more about game design. So I think one of the unique feature or unique game mechanic in the game is that you have a very powerful class like King.
Right.
So I remember my second game. I tried a game in my second game, and I was assigned as an evil king. And I think I don't know. It's like there's interesting that you have very powerful classes like that, and you try to balance it out with all other classes. But also, it's kind of a stressful thing for new players to come in and have assign a very important or very like
critical role.
Or a very special role. So I'll explain this question to your audience in Chinese. 就是这款游戏里面，大概跟之前的那个杀手或是类似游戏不太一样的地方是，它里面有一个非常强的角色叫国王。然后这个国王的角色非常的特别，就是说，他自己的阵营是匿名的，大家都知道他是国王，然后他很难杀，因为他有很多能力。然后但是他自己的阵营，他是好人方还是坏人方，还是他是一个中立方，其实你就是其他都看不出来，大家都要靠事后推理。然后很困难的地方是这个国王，因为大家都知道他是国王，他是第一个被公开的角色，自动就会公开。然后这个国王通常都会很主动的，就是跟所有人要说，就是请所有人跟我这个就是国王回报你的职业，那这个国王才能依序做他后续的动作，或者是说，假如他是邪恶的国王的话，他要怎么样去害别人？对，但是我第一次玩的时候，我就被指派到一个邪恶的国王的角色，然后所有人都主动送讯息给我，我的那个讯息就是一直洗，你知道吗？我根本就跟不上。对，我就 so things like that. How do you?
So when we first implemented difficult classes, we didn't really think that much about the new players. And so this is a mistake that you guys can actually learn from us, because that was unintended. So we actually already have plans to split the modes into like an easy mode, like a simple your learning mode, and then the classic mode, which has everything. And so we're also trying to restrict harder classes to new players. So remember I said you should record stats? One of the stats that we record is games played. So now we can see, oh, you only played 5 games? We're not going to randomly give you the hardest class in the game. And you may become that class through in-game mechanics, but we're not going to start you as the hardest class ever. And yeah, that was definitely a mistake that we have learned, and we're trying very hard to ramp the new player experience. So, I wish we would have done this a long time ago. It's just, we just didn't have the resources at the time. We could have, but instead we did different things. So my advice to all of you guys is to pretend that you are a new player, or even get someone that's never played your game and watch them play and ask them to think out loud, because it should be intuitive and they should know what to do on the first time playing. And if they don't, then that's a problem and it probably needs to be changed. And in case of his question, he was one of the players that made us, players like him made us realize, oh no, we made a mistake. We need to make harder classes assigned to the veteran players. So we need new classes, the harder classes need to go to the people that have played tons of games. They'll know what to do. But as for newer players, it may make them freak out a little and run away. They may think that all games are like this. Let's say it was your first game playing that as the hardest class in the game. You may think that this whole game is like this and you're not going to play anymore. You may have quit after your first game.
Yeah, that's also about like community engagement as well, because most of the player currently in room probably are experienced, and if you are assigned as a king, then people would expect you to behave like a king.
They'll expect it.
And if you are acting like a moron, then they are like, what are you doing?
I'm going to report you.
That's the funny thing that happened. Yeah, then also like the players play as prince, and he just killed everyone he jailed.
Yeah. What we're going to do really soon is we're going to force a scripted tutorial.
Okay.
And so it'll guide you through it, and it won't teach you the advanced classes, but if you do run into the advanced class, at least you have a concept of what to do. Because a lot of people, like Elsa, she'll want to just skip the tutorial. A tutorial will come up, it'll say, this is the most important thing. She'll go, skip. So, players don't like being forced into stuff like this, but if you have a game where you have to be knowledgeable and it's a multiplayer game where it affects others, then you 100% want to force a tutorial. Don't make it long, just enough to where they know the basics. We have some buttons they can click for like advanced stuff, but we won't force the advanced stuff on them, advanced guides. But for the basics, force the tutorial, 100%.
有其他问题吗？
If multiplayer.
How long do you expect to continue sort of maintaining and running the game?
Because it's an online game, and we have expectation, and this is one of those types of games where people can play for a very long time and not get bored because of the replay value. And so we expect it to go even longer than 10 years. So that's a big reason why we decided to do online multiplayer, is because we want that community, and we want them to keep playing for a very, very long time.
I think this game is it's like a board game that many people get in a room and play it.
Yes.
So have you considered using VR?
Oh.
Yeah, we actually have. You see games like Werewolves Within that has this sort of concept that you're you're physically in the same room with each other. And you know, we're definitely inspired by that, and we do want to look into this one day. It's definitely not our high priority list, but I'm a huge fan of HTC Vive, and I want one day. And this will be how I'll experiment. Is we can start simple by just pop the UI out, make it so you can look around instead of like a spinny camera. So yeah, I'm really interested in HTC Vive, and I don't recommend it for like a game only with VR unless you have tons of money. But you can always adding VR support. I looked at some of the API documentation. It doesn't look very it doesn't look bad. It looks sort of easy to do. Easy as in like once you learn the basics anyway.
其他问题吗？然后呢，我这边再安插一个，就是I have a question about when I saw a certain page in your presentation. There was you were talking about the Steam page, the coming soon page before you actually open up the store.
Right.
Because we know that Steam have a dedicated page view for new titles. I remember there was like 1 million page views or something like first
30 days they'll give you extra from launch.
Yeah. And that's starting from launch or starting from
It starts from launch. So you can have it. Don't be afraid to have your store early. You can have it be as early as you want. Once you launch, that's when you get the special 30-day promotion where they'll push traffic to you. Yeah, and on top of that, I guess NDA stuff you can't say too much about it, but in general, they'll promote you every now and then.
有没有其他问题？有吗？
没有，没事，
好，有人其他问题吗？
这边好像有一个。
Did you want to say something over there?
How much marketing budget do you have for your game?
So before we launched, our marketing budget was about $200 per month, and so we spent that on Facebook, and we split it between Facebook and Google ads, and later on we tried some YouTube. I really like the YouTube ads if you have a decent trailer. Our budget was really low for them, but then post-launch, our budget is we spend about $1,500 per month now for ads in the same things. So Facebook, YouTube, Google ads. We're still investigating how much of an impact it is because we only recently started upping the budget for our ads. So I can't tell you yet if it worked or not. We're about to we're about to find an analyst to take a look at it, make sure that it's doing something. So yeah, if you plan to do ads, find someone that can analyze it and make sure that it's working.
So you are not very sure about how much of a conversion rate you have right now.
It's we know that the click rate is pretty high, and that was the main point of the $200 a month for a while. Is you have to spend money at first to mold it the way you want to. So you want a high click-through rate and very low click prices, and that takes a while to get. But now we have that, and that's where we're starting to experiment and raise the budget. And so you want a very high CTR, the click-through rate, and that's sort of the best bang for the buck. Do you have that expression here? It's the best value you can get. Yeah, I don't recommend ads until I don't recommend ads until way later. If you do, I do recommend putting just a little bit into ads to try to get that to mess with the CTR and how much you pay per click, and try to that takes a little while to get perfect.
Facebook ads 的来的玩家，他们留的时间比较久， 也比较错，我更正 ，Facebook 来的玩家数量比较多，但是 Google 来的玩家 ，Google Ads 来的玩家留的比较久，所以他们的兴趣是停留比较久的。那 Facebook 可能只是一下下的，然后 Facebook 的广告，如果你用 GIF 或是 Video 是效益是比较高的，然后不要在 Twitter 上用广告 ，Twitter 广告没有很理想。然后 YouTube 是，我觉得 YouTube Ads 是一定要做的。那可是它不是在于说给多少人看到，而是在于你的那个 view count， 就是你这个 video 被人看过几遍。那其实那个本身就是一个很好的广告，不管它有没有 skip， 有没有就是把你的广告按掉，其实它都是一个很好的投资。那其实我们个人是觉得广告的现在的价钱很乱，然后又好像我们的 budget 其实没有很高啦。那所以我们决定不要做，然后就是自己研究自己学，然后一开始真的就是很低，然后我们 launch 之后呢，其实他不知道，因为广告是我在负责，其实一个月大概有4000块美金投资，然后最近我们发现说好像效益没有那么好，所以我们最近就是不断的慢慢提高，然后慢慢的去研究，然后而且你在研究的过程，你也可以发现说，原来对你的东西有兴趣的人是怎么样的。一开始我们以为我们不会有任何的女生玩家，然后但是在广告的过程当中，就发现其实我们有18%都是女生玩家，然后所以你可以从你剩下的钱，就是你所有生活完了，然后你有一些闲钱，你就全部投资在广告上，然后再越早开始做越好，因为你越早开始做，你就知道你要怎么 target 他们，然后他们有兴趣的是谁，而且有的广告商很好是你可以 target 你的竞争对手，就例如说全家的广告，但是他 target 的是 7-Eleven 的就是消费族群。那其实这是一个很好的方法，就是你可以去找类似的，或者是说我可以 target 桌游，因为我们游戏本身非常的难，那我就会 target 说，那可能是桌游的人才会来玩我们，如果是射击游戏的，可能对我们一点兴趣都没有。那相对你在找实况组的时候，也是要找，就是如果他只玩射击游戏，你就不要期待他会回你的信之类的，就是从一开始就要开始研究那个。对，但是我讲回来，就是广告的预算确实是一条路，但是你可以慢慢增加，从你可以接受的范围，然后慢慢到很高。但是我们最近调到最高了，可是我们却决定要停下来，先检查一下是不是真的有那个效益，这样子。
不好意思，我请问一下，你刚刚讲的广告，没关系。我这应该够。我想请问一下，你刚刚讲的广告是有针对像是美国区域、台湾区域，或者是日本区，或者是你的广告就是全球性？
我的广告一开始我针对所有英语国家，就是说英语的国家，所以才会有香港的人来跟我抱怨说，怎么没有人玩？然后我说，可是因为我们不是中文版啊。那然后当有人跟我说，EU 这边都没有人玩，然后我就会去强化，就是可能例如说我可能100块放美国，然后50块放 EU， 那这个时候我就会调一下，可能这边就放更多，就这边就先放150，就先放个几天，就拉一些 EU 的玩家进来，然后实况组的影响力非常的大，因为我们有一个实况组，他是玩 Hearthstone 炉石，他是玩炉石的，然后他住在芬兰，然后他一玩之后，我就去看我们的那个 player， 然后就想说奇怪，我们芬兰怎么这么多人？因为我没有在芬兰打任何广告，然后原来就想到说是因为他是芬兰人，所以可能他那边的国家的人，然后之后我们有一个版主，就是我们 Discord 里面有一个就是我们讨论区的一个版主，他是挪威人。我们就发现有越来越多的挪威人进来，然后那些就是我完全没有去打广告的，可是也因为他们，我就会觉得说，那我要照顾他们，所以我就会可能再分个20块，就是我能够有的钱，我就分个20块到挪威，就算说一天可能只有5个人看到，10个人看到也好，这样。所以 如果你是英文的，然后又是 online 的，又是在 Steam 的话，真的要去考虑你的世界，要去考虑全世界的问题。对，那你就可能要去分配。那一开始你可能可以先打主力美国，或是你觉得某个国家你特别喜欢，就是它是整个实验的过程，那随时都可以微调，就是你的广告随时都可以去调整。我要target哪里？我要target几岁？我要target男生女生这样子。
那你们在选择上想怎么讲？像是一开始是没有投预算在芬兰的，那可能一开始可能是美国人比较多。
对。
那你们为什么是选择就是让预算平衡一点，而不是变成干脆就全部都投美国，让大的更大，小的就放弃？我只是好奇，懂我的意思吗？
我懂，其实一开始真的没有想那么多，就是反正想说好像有打广告，应该就会有一些，但是你一定会遇到，就是随着你游戏慢慢成长，你一定会遇到不一样的问题，所以我之后才会开始微调。所以一开始我就没有去特别想说我要针对哪个国家，我就想说，反正我就因为那个时候我也是新手，就是。然后我们又没办法花那么多钱去打广告，所以我想说，那一天600块先试看看。所以600块其实你不能说，你就算打美国也是打很小的一点，然后你打全世界可能也完全没有效益。所以我能够怎么做，我当下能够怎么做，我就先怎么做。那其实我觉得这是对于所有独立开发者一个很好的，就是你能够做多少，你就先去做多少。然后当你开始有一点成绩的时候，你身边的人自然会就是越来越帮你。那你遇到什么困难，你就再解决。而且线上的资源很多，对我每次遇到广告问题，我就是先 Google， 就是都是 Google 大神，对。
谢谢。
不客气。
It seems like streamer is more effective than ad. So
Yes.
And you just said that the streamer get free game every day, a bunch of free game every day. So how do you stand out for those streamers?
我最近发现就是 YouTube 已经有点 pass 了，Twitch 是 future。对，因为我一开始他都在开发，那我就要负责就是推广的部分，然后我就是先收集 list， 就是先在 Google 上面，那有一些网络上一定会有一些就是已经收集好的，然后我又加上我自己的，因为每个游戏不同嘛，所以 target 有不同，所以我就每天就是收集资料，然后收集他们的 email， 然后你就只能 email 给他们，然后我们找到了几个不错的，就是他原本是我们竞争对手。Used to stream 他们 say 了，那原本是我们竞争对手，他们想说，我们最近有个新出来的游戏，你要不要玩玩看？那有几个真的跳过来开始玩我们的，然后，但是他们开始玩的时候，你就要注意是不是真的有带入一些效益或是收益，然后我们发现0吧，就是所以虽然实况组是真的很强，然后真的很有影响力。可是也因为不同的人经营，然后跟不同的平台有不一样的反应跟效益，所以一开始我们在 Alpha 跟 Beta 的时候，我就只 focus 在 YouTube， 因为 YouTube 真的我要去接触的实况组已经太多了，然后没有带入任何效益。但是我们launch 了之后，就开始有 Twitch 的人玩，然后 Twitch 就是他们只要玩，我们就一定有收益，玩我们就一定有收益。可是也是因为我们游戏的本质，因为我们游戏本质是桌游，所以是互动性很高的，所以也许您的游戏会不一样，就是但是通常我们自己到 YouTube， 我们如果看一个 YouTube 影片，其实我们自己好像也不会去，我们就单纯只是看影片而已。可是当我们去 Twitch 的时候，可能就是真的会去下单，或者是说真的会去买东西。所以如果说你真的要 target 实况组的话，可以往 Twitch 那边找，那 YouTube 就可能就是放30%或20%你的心力去经营就好。
Also, we can promote the Twitch streamers very well because when they go online, we can announce through whatever platform you use. In our case, Discord. We can announce that these guys are going online. Go check them out. We can tweet them. We can say, "Hey, this guy is going online. Sub, sub, sub," and it's really is sort of a win-win situation. They'll get followers. They'll get subscriptions. They'll get viewers, and at the same time, they're playing our game. So it's a win for everybody. And then as indie developers, you can make extensions to even, I mentioned earlier, you can push engagement even more. And a lot of streamers just keep requesting that we add tools to help them because the more that you can engage with these Twitch streamers, the more the audience wants to see. The audience wants to participate, not just watch. That's the thing about Twitch, it's really evolving. It used to be just a place where you watch a Let's Play, but now it's about engaging with the game itself and the streamer. It really helps, and it's definitely way better than any advertisement that you'll ever buy.
还有别的问题吗 ？OK，and I think that's it. If you had， 就是如果还有别的问题的话，就是如果你要私下单独问，就直接等一下来前面跟讲者来讨论，这样就 OK。好，那我们最后再掌声感谢一次。
I also have some business cards too, so you can come by if you want to contact me too.